Hey, this is Manny Moonraker, and welcome to UFO Report number 56. Now, we didn't have an episode on Sunday because we couldn't set up an interview since we're having these Skype issues. But I'm going to make sure the drivers are good to go so that we can get that interview completed with Brett. We're going to bring him back to talk about a few things. I already let him know that I really want to talk about the Vril, on top of the fact that he has a book coming out that he wants to share with you guys. Now, we have two stories to talk about today that we're going to go over, and it's weird. It's weird because early on in this podcast, I used to go on a tangent. I used to get mad. I used to just get so worked up about the fact that all the UFO stories were only coming from the UK Sun. And then last week, we noticed that everyone runs to the UK Sun, no matter what it is. It could be a UFO story, it could be a sighting, it could be a historical story, it could be a war between two UFO hoaxing idiots, and they're going at it like walruses, up in the Arctic somewhere, just blooding each other up. But the UK Sun gets all the stories. And it reminds me of the MIB, that scene where they're trying to figure out what the hell is going on in the first movie. And Kay picks up the tabloid and he says, this is where we look for it. We're not going to find it in the New York Times or the Daily News or the LA Times. You're going to look in the goddamn tabloids. That is true to life. That's what's happening right now. UFO stories are coming from the UK Sun. Plain and simple. Our first story that we're going to talk about today is a perfect example of that because Fox News, of all people, Fox News. Now you think Fox News should be on the up and up. It's one of those major news broadcasting stations. They're on cable. They have regular old Fox public stations. Fox News turned to The Sun, an old story from The Sun, to publish today online regarding UFOs. Even Fox News is freaking going to the UK Sun. What the hell is going on? We need to stop. Stop looking at regular old media. Don't look at anyone that says they're reputable because apparently they're full of shit. The UK Sun is the only place to be when you need UFO stories. Fox News just proved it. And we'll go over the story just for shits and giggles because they already screwed up my lineup. The story, we actually talked about it last year sometime, and it was a story from a blogger by the name of Sam Monfort. The name might ring a bell for you because Sam was actually reporting on his blog that UFO sightings were at an all-time high, and apparently he's a bit of a data cruncher. According to Monfort, when he reported this way back 4.2 far away, before Fox apparently got wind of it, he said that there had been nearly 105,000 recorded UFO sightings in the past 100 plus years. Let me just stop that for a second because I think his number is wrong. 100,000 in 100 years. That just seems like the number is extremely low. So it's almost like I want to see where in the heck old Samuel Monfort is getting his data from. But anyway, the article continues to say that Sam is far from the only believer that our planet, it's not the only one that houses intelligent life. According to the stolen article from the UK Sun, Roswell, Rendlesham are all incidents that UFO hunters are saying is undeniable proof of extraterrestrial life. So you can check out the story. I've got the link in the description. The original article from The Sun had way more information in it. This is kind of like a is like the dummies version. So you basically don't have to get into all the crap that Monfort was saying on his blog, but you get the gist of it. Are aliens real? Is there enough evidence that E.T. does exist somewhere? Whether it be here, on the ground, under Antarctica, inside of a Nazi freaking bomb shelter, somewhere on Mars. Maybe it's just outside of Uranus. Somewhere. Does it exist? We would have to be complete morons to say it does not exist somewhere in some form. The question really is, does intelligent life exist somewhere else? That's the question for me. And I'm sure for some of you that are scientifically minded, you have the same question. So there you go. In many ways, I am kind of backtracking on my tongue lashing of the UK Sun. But let's not get that too twisted, because there are some articles on there that go way too far into the bushes and they never come back. So, like the Men in Black, we gotta go to the source, people. We gotta go to the source.
This is Mr. Wong. From the Day in the Morning Show, you listening to the UFO Buster Radio with Manny and Big O. You sit down, you listen, or you see them little green men. I gotta go. See ya. Bye-bye.
Starting on Sunday, the RubADickies will be available for voting. Right now, in the Facebook group UBR Truth Seekers, the members of that group are selecting the nominees for the RubADickies. And just to bring you up to speed on what that is, we are all going to vote. Some of you may not participate, but that's okay. I would enjoy for you to participate and can put your vote in for whoever you think is the gnarliest of hoaxers in ufology for 2017. The names are going to be gathered up and they are going to be listed on UFOBusterRadio.com. You don't have to go through a lot of drama. It's not going to take more than maybe 2 minutes to do. I'm going to have a survey on the side of the website. All it's going to say is RubADickies vote here. You'll see the names. You'll click on the name that you want to select as the one you hope would be the winner of the 2017 RubADickies. That individual that wins, I'm going to find a way to send them the award, but they will receive a RubADicker award. And we'll get that sent out to them. And just to make sure that we know they actually got it, we'll send a certified mail. We'll announce the winner in December, and shortly after that, we'll send them the RubADickie. But you, as a UFO Buster Radio listener, should partake of this. It's not going to cost you anything. All you're going to do is look up UFOBusterRadio.com and click on the name and vote. Let your voice be heard. Let it be loud. Let it be clear. Let it be represented in a RubADickie. I'm going to vote. Big O is going to vote. And I'm sure most of the people inside UBR Truth Seekers is going to vote. Why don't you? And we're going to do this as a yearly thing. Every year, some RubADicker is going to get an award because, without the RubADickers, I wouldn't be here right now. I thank them for hoaxing people day in and day out and coming up with some of the wildest shit anyone could ever imagine. And to show my appreciation, they're going to get a RubADickie. Now, if you want to nominate someone, if you want to put someone's name down as one of those nominees, go to UBR Truth Seekers, join the group, look for the picture of the RubADickie award, and in the comments, nominate the person you think should be on the ballot. Enough of that. The next one is a story out of Katy, Texas. This is like a public service announcement. And apparently, over the Grand Parkway in Katy, Texas, there were some really strange lights hovering over people that was stuck in traffic on the way down towards I-10. Thank goodness for us, someone in Texas, while they were stuck in bumper-to-bumper traffic, took the initiative to pull out their phone and video these weird lights hovering over the traffic on the parkway. The incident happened September 18th at 8:20 p.m. And thanks to ABC 7 out of Katy, Texas, there is a video posted in the article, which I've included the link to in the description. Check it out. Weird lights. What could it be? I don't know. It is definitely a UFO. Initially, the driver believed that the lights were probably flares, but then, all in one moment, the lights took a 90-degree angle turn and moved beyond the site over the tree line. So that kind of, shut down his idea that these were actually flares. The other issue that was brought up by another witness is that there apparently isn't any airports in the area where these lights were seen. The lights, of course, were reported as flickering in and out, and they almost took turns, almost like if they were sending a message or synchronized in some way to flicker. This is why the individual thought initially it might have been flares, but that 90-degree turn kind of shut the door on that idea. The good thing is for us, since we are the novices and we don't know jack, MUFON actually received a video and has reported that they are investigating the sighting. Moreover, it turns out that the results of their investigation is that Corey Goode was actually leaving Dallas on his space plane on the way to Mars, and he buzzed over the traffic on the parkway just for the hell of it. No, that's not what they said. I'm just making that up. But I'm sure someone in MUFON is probably thinking Corey Goode and the secret space program is buzzing people again over I-10. Corey Goode, you're such a no-goodnik. Anyway, I got the link in the description. You can check out the video. Last but not least, if you like the podcast, share, like, follow, get the word out. Because we can only get better if we have more listeners and more people partaking in the conversation. And we really want to make sure that everyone gets to vote on the RubADickies this year. With that said, this is Manny Moonraker. I'm checking out. I'll catch you guys on Thursday. Be there or be square. Deuces.